Welcome to a Dharma yoga class that is hip focused. Let's go ahead and start in a comfortable seat. Hands rest face up on the knees. Let the spine be long. Eyes closed or gaze down at the mat. Exhale together. Inhale, fingers gently curl in. Mentally say to yourself, so. Exhale, fingers curl outward. Mentally say to yourself, hum. Inhale, so, fingers curl in. Exhale, hum, fingers curl out. Inhale, so. Exhale, hum. Inhale, so. Exhale, hum. Keep going this way, so. Hum. So. Hum. Means I am you, you are me. I am that I am. Allow your efforts to cease. Dedicate your practice to yourself, your own growth and expansion. Someone you know and love that could use the good vibes, the positivity their way. Or dedicate your practice to the God of your own unique understanding. As you're ready, blink open your eyes. Come with me to the top of the mat. We'll get started. Palms press. Reach up and back, slight back bend. Fold forward, bend the knees as needed. Step the right foot back, drop onto your knee. Look forward or up. Both feet back, high plank, lower chaturanga or knees, chest and chin. 8-point push-up. Slide through cobra or up dog with the knees lifted, back to downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward, drop onto the back knee, look forward or up. Both feet together, hips high, head down low. Rise up and lean back. Hands come down, gaze forward, up and back. Go down. Step the left foot back, drop onto your knee, look forward or up. Both feet back. 8-point push-up or chaturanga, you choose. Slide through, cobra or up dog, back to down dog. Left foot steps forward, drop onto your right knee, gaze forward or up. Both feet top of the mat, fold. Rise up, lean back. Hands come down. Up and back. Go down. Right foot back. Knee down, look forward or up. Both feet back. Same. You choose your push-up. Into the back bend. And down dog. Right foot forward, drop onto the back knee. Both feet together, hips high, head low. Rise up. Hands down. Up and back. Go down. Left foot back. Right foot back. Lower. Slide through. Down dog. Left foot up. Right foot up. Rise up. And hands down. Little different. Up and back. Go down. And now from here, look slightly in front of you. Either step or jump back. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Step your left foot forward. Lower onto your right knee. Either stay with your hands on the floor supporting you or reach the arms up. Kapyasana, interlace fingers. Wiggle the shoulders. Find your spot. Let the eyes close. Inhale, so. Exhale, hum. Inhale, so. Exhale, hum. Both hands to the inside of the right or left foot rather. Tuck your back toes, lift your knee, lift the left arm up, dragonfly twist. You can stay here. If your body's ready for it, pivot your left foot towards the left long edge of your mat. Come onto the outer edge of the right foot. Maybe sink the hips down, reach back. And horizon lunge or rainbow shape, lift the hips. Make that big arc and back down. 2. And we'll do one more. And all the way up and around. Toes pivot forward, hands to the inside of the foot. Maybe forearms to the floor. Rock it forward and back. As you're ready here, you feel a shift in your hips. Set up your lizard pose. Either lower your back knee down, or you can stay on the hands. Maybe left hand to the left thigh, create space in the torso. Between the torso and the thigh, that is. Good. Before we come back to this pose, this lizard, pivot and plant your left foot down if it's lifted. Hands towards the long edge of the mat. Lift your hips up. Prasarita Padottanasana. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, pull yourself together. Either grab your big toes with the peace fingers and thumbs, or hold onto your ankles or your heels. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, bend your right knee deeply. You can stay lifted here, supporting yourself with the hands, or lower the hips all the way down. Flex the left foot. Use your hands for support, maybe a block underneath your hips. If you'd like a little bit more lateral side stretch, left hand to the right ankle, and then reach your right arm straight up from the shoulder or up and over towards that left foot. Now, if your shoulder dips down like so, stay lifted here instead. Breathe. Very nice. Slowly release your posture. Use the hands, lift the hips back up. We'll pivot the feet back forward towards the top of the mat, returning to our lizard pose. You can take it the same way you did before. Maybe you want to bend your back knee, reach back for your foot. If you want to start to work your head behind your leg, left hand comes behind your heel to the outside of your foot, maybe grabbing the top of your foot, and left ear to the inside of the calf, or maybe head behind the calf, or all the way through. Don't worry too much if you're doing this variation or not. Just go to your deepest part in the pose or place you can access physically, and then let your eyes close and slow down your breathing. Slowly release your variation of the posture mindfully. Plant your hands top of the mat. Walk your left foot out so the foot is at a 45-degree angle. Lift your back knee. Walk the right foot up and out as well. 45-degree angles with both feet. Malasana Yogi Squat. Lengthen the spine. You can sit on a block here. Look at one spot in front of you that's not moving. Press the palms together evenly. Breathe steadily. Awesome job. Now from here, Kakasana, an easy variation of the arm balance like a flying frog. Plant the hands, look forward, insides of the thighs and the backs of the elbows or the triceps meet. And now feet back down, step it back, chaturanga, high to low push-up. Inhale to up dog. Press it back, downward facing dog. Bring your right foot forward, lower onto your left knee. Reach up, Kapyasana, low lunge. Interlace fingers, extend the index, wiggle the shoulders, breathe here. Inhale, so. Exhale, hum. Inhale, so. Exhale, hum. Slowly release your posture. Left hand to the inside of the right foot. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Extend the right arm straight up from the shoulder, dragonfly twist. Either stay here or begin to pivot your right toes towards the right long edge of the mat. Lower onto the back edge of your left foot. Maybe the hips drop for a horizon lunge. Reach towards the back side. And then inhale, big arc as you lift. Back on down. And a big arc as you lift. Back on down. And a big arc as you lift all the way up and around. Toes point forward. Hands to the inside of your right foot. Rock it forward and back. You can lower onto the forearms here if you need that for more of a stretch. And then as you find your place, lower the left knee down to the floor. Stay, or maybe right hand to the thigh, and press your thigh away from the torso, creating some room between the upper body and the lower body. Awesome job. Good, now as you come back, with your hand down, plant your foot fully, lift your back knee, turn your toes towards the left long edge of your mat, and turn your toes outward this time. Bend the knees, goddess squat. Bring your hands to the insides of the ankles. Press your elbows into your knees and your knees into your elbows actively. On your next breath, hands down, hips high, forward fold. And then we'll move right into Skandasana on the other side. You can use a block here underneath your hips. Bend the left knee deeply, right leg extends, toes point up. Option to sit on a block, support yourself here, or right hand to the left ankle, left arm straight up from the shoulder, or move into your lateral side stretch. Grabbing your foot, using the ankle and the foot as leverage points in the body. Breathe. Slowly release your variation. Use your hands As needed to lift back up, we'll pivot back forward, returning to our lizard pose. So as you set up your second variation of lizard, maybe you go to the exact same spot that you came from in that first one, or perhaps you want to start to try that leg behind the head. You just go to your deepest place and then breathe evenly. Right hand behind the ankle, maybe to the outside of the foot, left hand across the top of the foot, right ear to the inside of the right calf, or maybe slide your head through and breathe here. You can always just move from a regular lizard pose into lizard catching its tail. Notice that your body will need something different day to day, moment to moment, just depending on what's going on. And sometimes what's going on is physical, and sometimes what's going on is mental or emotional or even spiritual. Just try to stay neutral even for all of it. Slowly release your posture. We'll stay on this side, moving into the next part of our sequence. Heel toe your right foot over to the left side of your mat. If you need to bring your heel in closer towards the left hip, go for it. If you want more intensity, or if the body will allow you to bring the right shin parallel to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift the torso. Exhale, fold forward. Head to a block. You can even bring a block underneath the right hip here. Breathe. Send your breath to any spot that feels tight in that right hip, the glute. Inhale, so. Exhale, hum. Your next inhale, lift up with the torso. Either keep your leg as it is or bring the right heel in a little bit. We'll take the twist. Right elbow to the inside of the right foot or in line with the right knee. Press the palms, prayer twist, gaze up, or bring your shoulder towards the sole of your foot, right cheek to your palm, left hand across the low back for a bind. Slowly rise up, neutralize the spine, bring the right heel in if it's out, bend your back knee, hold on to your foot. You can use a strap here, it can be very helpful. Notice how my knee's pointing straight down, not out to the side. Perhaps interlace fingers around your ankle or hold onto your strap. If you're holding onto your ankle, flex the foot, actively press your heel away from you, and just kind of give into this stretch with the chest, with the arms, the shoulders. Feel your breath move in the body. Very nice job. Slowly release that pose. Sit to the right, bring the left leg around. We'll set up in fire log pose. So we want to stack the heels, the ankles and the knees. I'll face you for this. Left shin on top, right shin on bottom. Active flex in the feet, protects the knee joints. Inhale here. Exhale, lean forward, maybe fold forward all the way down. Imagine breathing into those spaces that are like talking to you. And notice you don't have to be in the same shape I'm in. Your knee and ankle might be separated. Use your breath to release that last little bit of tension there. Well done. Slowly rise on up. We'll move into our pigeon pose on the other side. So right leg straight back, and then maybe bring your left heel forward. Maybe keep your heel in close to the glute. Lift the torso up, lengthen, and exhale, fold forward and down. Find your spot where you can feel a stretch and feel into your body. Breathe into your body. Create space in your body through your breath. Begin to rise up with the torso, moving into our twist. Either bring your front heel closer to the hip, or left elbow to the sole of the foot, pressing palms, working the hands to the center of the chest. If your body will let you in a little further, shoulder to the foot. Your left cheek rests on your left palm, right hand across the low back towards the left hip pocket. Breathe. Slowly release your twist wherever it is for you. Bring the left heel in closer. Bend your back knee, reach back with a strap or your hands. Maybe interlace fingers around your ankle and an active flex in the right foot as you kick your heel away from your torso. Breathe here. Good job. You can always employ slowly release. We'll set up our fire log pose, right leg on top this time. You can always employ the mantra to steady the mind up for these longer holds as we really get deep into the hips. So active flex in the feet. Now your knees can be really separated. It just depends on what your hips are doing, right? If it's okay, you really stack ankle over knee, not off or in. And then, if the body allows, begin to walk it forward. Imagine sending your breath to the places, the spaces that feel tight and tense here. Create more space in your body. Awesome job. Slowly rise up. Release your legs, plant the feet, hands behind you like a kickstand, windshield wiper the knees, left and right, left and right. Well done, yogis. Now soles of the feet together, Baddha Konasana. Open your feet like a book, lengthen the spine, lead out with the chin, the chest, the sternum. Start to fold forward and down. Use the elbows on the thighs as needed. Keep your breath steady. Inhale for length. Exhale, ease into it. Inhale for length. Exhale, fold. Slowly rise on up and bring the knees back. together. Now, we'll lay onto our backs, moving into Salamba Sarvangasana, shoulder stand. If you need to take a modification, go for it. Please don't look side to side in this pose. If you need to see what I'm doing, release the pose completely and then come into your shoulder stand. So first, heels above the hips. Next place, I like to bring my feet all the way up and over my head, walk the shoulders in, hands to the low back, and then lift the legs all the way up towards the ceiling. Breathe here. If you have a lotus pose, take your lotus. Right foot will hook first, then the left. You can stay here or hands to the knees or the thighs. And last part, you straighten the arms like you're sitting on the ceiling. If you don't need the eyes for balance, let the eyelids close down. If you're in lotus, gently start to lower your lotus towards your face. If your legs are straight, come into a plow pose, halasana, with straight legs beyond your head. Hands stay on the low back for balance, or maybe interlace fingers, bring them to the floor behind you. Keep the breath natural, in and out through the nose. Hands back to the low back. If you're in lotus, release your lotus. We all meet in halasana, karnapindasana next. Bend your knees deeply on either side of your ears. Stay here or reach back for your heels, bringing your knees towards the shoulders by your ears. Slowly, mindfully, hands back to the low back. Roll down one vertebrae at a time. Lower all the way onto your back. Prop yourself up onto your elbows. Lift your chest up. Exaggerate this movement. Relax the crown of the head back. Fish pose. Lift your chin up, gaze forward, and then relax all the way onto your back. We'll start to do some more hip stretches here. So first, bring the left ankle over the right thigh for a figure 4 shape. Active flex in that foot. You can stay here, maybe bounce your knee a little bit, or bring your legs glued together towards your torso. Now, you can take a traditional bind behind the thigh, in front of the shin. My personal preference is to grab the right shin with the right hand, pull in there, left hand to the left quad or thigh, and press out there. So I'm actively pulling in on the right, actively pressing with the left, and resisting on the left side. Also an active flex in the foot. Breathe. Now this might be enough for you and you just stay. If you want a little bit more, separate the legs, plant the right foot, bring the left heel towards the midline, maybe lift your forehead towards the left heel. Breathe here. If you want to start to work leg behind the head, then just bring your left foot to the left ear, stay and hold, or slide your foot, your ankle behind your head. And then wiggle, shimmy as you need to get it in place. Now the first thing you've got to try to do is press the back of your skull into your ankle. Your hand can hold the foot the entire time, supporting you. If you've got that lock with your head, then you can release. Keep breathing. Now, if you don't need to hold your foot, or even if you do, you might choose to take this next variation I find it helpful and nice in getting deeper into the pose. You begin to lift the right leg up and then bring it back behind you. So as I do so, I'm gonna tuck my ankle a little bit more, and then my left foot comes to the floor behind me, maybe the right foot as well, depending on how the hamstrings are feeling today. But most importantly, I'm just using gravity to help me get a little bit deeper in this pose. It's like a leg behind the head plow position almost. Good. Now from here, you're going to plant your foot, and if you need to hold on to your foot that's behind your head, that is, do it. Stay here. If you can keep your foot there, start to rise up, plant your hands as well as your right foot, and then lift your hips. Press your head into your ankle. Breathe here for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release your pose. Unbind the leg. Gently come back to a reclined shape. Don't worry, whatever happened was what was supposed to happen. Just knees to the left, knees to the right. To the left and to the right. Okay, let's try it on the other side. Let go of any attachments. So as you bring the right ankle across the left thigh, just begin to bounce the knee a little bit. Active flex in that right foot. You can stay here or start to move into your version of figure 4. So on this side, if you want to try that variation, I really get a lot of benefit out of. I bring the left hand to the front of the left shin, right hand to the thigh, active flex in that right foot, and I actively pull in with the left and press out with the right. As I breathe steadily in and out through the nose, I'm in complete charge of what's going on in my body, just like you're in charge of what's going on in yours. So enjoy this stretch. You might stay here in this stretch, or if you want a little bit more, plant the left foot down, right heel to the midline, and then maybe lift your eyebrows, your space between the eyebrows, third eye space towards that heel. Breathe. And you might alternate between the previous pose and this one. If you want to start to get your leg behind your head, the trick is too, your shoulder has to come to the inside of the knee. Sometimes I see people try to get their leg behind their head and their shoulder is quite literally blocking the pose. So make sure your right shoulder is in front of your knee, and this might be your spot, just getting your shoulder in front of your knee. Perhaps from there, you tuck your head over your ankle, left hand holding the foot as long as you need to, and then try to press back with your skull to hook that leg. Breathe. Press down with the left foot to reach back. And we'll take that variation if you want. Maybe the left leg lifts. Your left hand can come to the right foot and hold it in place. Or both hands to the left leg, if it's okay on your hamstrings, okay on your hip. And pull yourself together here, literally and figuratively. Slowly, really get that bind with the head and the ankle. Maybe hold your foot in place, plant the left foot back down. You might stay here or press up. I call this dead bug pose. Press up, plant your hands, lift your bum, press into your left foot, press back with your skull. Feeling that connection between your upper and lower body. Very nice, yogis. Slowly lower the hips back down and begin to lower your torso all the way down. Mindfully, without kicking yourself in the head, release that right leg. And as you plant your foot, hands to the belly, and shimmy your knees to the right and the left. and the right and the left. Good job. Come back to center, soles of the feet together, knees out wide. We're just going to use a passive stretch now. We've done a lot of active things. Reach your arms up overhead, grab opposite wrists or opposite elbows. Breathe here. Good. Now, before we go to our final hip stretch, let's take a back bend to even out the body. So either bridge pose here, or if you're ready for it, I feel like it would feel really good at this point in our practice. Plant the hands above the shoulders, elbows in, Urdhva Dhanurasana, lift up. Breathe, press down with the feet, use your legs. Gaze between the arms. For 3, 2, and 1. Lower down, take a breath, and sit yourself back up. Once you're up, bring your left ankle back into your figure 4 shape. This can be your spot. We're going to move into a very deep hip opener. Don't worry if it happens all the way today or not. So the goal is to try to get your left tricep to the sole of your foot, maybe even the shoulder. So as you get this spot, you might stay here for the first while, maybe even hold on to the right thigh or hands to the center of the chest. If you want a little more and your body will allow today, then press actively your tricep into your foot and then press back, gluing your knee and your left thigh, the quad to the floor. Press the hands in prayer position. Breathe here. Slowly, no flinging. I like to bring my hand to my ankle or my foot to stabilize. Release the pose. Good job. Bring the right ankle over the left thigh now. And just like before, your tricep comes to the sole of the foot. This might be your spot and you might hold on to your foot and keep these body parts together through just manhandling it, through holding the pose there. Maybe hands come together in prayer position, opening up through the heart space. Breathe here. Maybe press your foot and your arm together. See how I'm holding them together as I press back? And then once my thigh is to the floor, I'm set. I can press my palms back together here. Breathe. Good job. Slowly release your pose. Come back to center. Hands behind you, fingertips back, thumbs forward. Lift your chest, lift your chin. Inhale. And exhale. Round forward, hands to the knees, maybe interlace fingers around the knees. And then really pull back with the spine rounding, tucking the chin. Awesome job. Keep a hold right as you are and lift up with the torso, maybe back with the chin, the head. And exhale, round the opposite way. Good. Come back to center. Use your hands to support yourself, lying onto your back. Shavasana. Stay here for as long as you can today. 10 minutes. If it's been a really wild day or week or life, stay for 20. Feel this peace that you've created for yourself. through intentional movement and breathing and stretching. I honor you and all that you are. So come.